Welcome back to the channel, TmezTv here, and I'm gonna do something different here. I'm a fabricator, and I just got this Bridgeport, and I've been antsy to do something with it, you know, so I got a mini bike project going on, and unfortunately, I haven't got this hooked up yet, and so I'm getting antsy though, and I got all the parts for the mini bike, and you know, I've been using this for a long time. I got a bunch of cool tools, so here we go. Mini bike. This is what I bought so far. Got a couple wheels. This I already put together. Got I had to cut those off, but got the sprocket and the rotor, brake rotor. Got the chain stuff. Some tubing here. I got a Predator engine. Right here is a gas cap for when I get real ambitious. That's what this is for here. And got some other little scrap pieces here. This is probably for the neck. A 5/8 hole deal. These are pretty cool. You can thread a hymen in them. Those are going to be key on the build. This reminds me of my childhood, so I went ahead and got some Power Plus because it smells like cherries, and I raced quarter midgets growing up as a kid. This has got this cool little hub, so might end up doing two. I ordered up the matching wheel for this one also, because you got to have a matching set. Originally I was going to use quarter midget wheels or go-kart wheels, but man, they just don't have any clearance, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there. I might do one of those little trikes or something, but anyways, back to the parts build. Got a clutch for the motor. These are for the bars. Got a motor plate, a twist throttle, and then I got this brake assembly. Pretty much the parts I got. And I'm gonna build a mini bike. I'm gonna show you guys how I built a mini bike. New to YouTube, long time listener, first time caller, coming at ya. That's where it starts. Use my little angle finder. I find an angle, and I mocked up the motor where it should be at the right height. Just pulled out my bender. Okay, so got it all tacked together, a couple spots, and man, this is a mini bike, so I'm not getting too crazy on like neck angle and stuff. It's flat on a flat table, and then after I coped this stuff, this was sitting a little bit off the table, so I've made a couple little shims of aluminum down there, and then just that way that this is square to the chassis. Feel pretty good about that. On to the next one. So far, this is what we got. All right. Some little swing arm legs off there, back wheel, maybe a brace to there, little seat, something. And then these are gonna be my fork tubes. This is a terrible idea, but let's see. Woo! So I finally got my front wheel, and I got my Heim set up, which I'm starting to maybe not think this is a good idea. But then this is gonna be my fork setup. I gotta draw up my triple clamp right now. I forgot I could just bandsaw it. It takes a little bit more time, but I don't have to get showered in sparks. Just got done drilling some holes. Oh, look who walked in. Hi.
We had a date today.
Whoa, you all right?
Day at school today, and my sister's so crazy she fell. So clumsy.
Yes, so clumsy. So, this is what I've come up with. This here is the same as that. And I think I'm going to notch this out and like set this in flush. That way it's like supported better. Been working on these, kind of forgot to film much. Little threaded insert got from Checkered Past, and that just slips right inside the 1.25" tubing I got. I had the block up underneath holding these up, and then I just kind of squared along this and tacked it all together, and it's starting to look like a frame. Put this thing kind of back together, got the wheel all lined up, centered up here, and then I was just working on making sure that I was center on the chain. I don't really have anything long enough to get to it, but it is pretty close, and I'm gonna mess with the chain and put it on and make double triple check before I tack this on. I'm just kind of tacking it all together, that way when I weld I just kind of go to town and weld, and I'm excited to see how it comes along. So I'm just kind of plugging forward. Everything's looking pretty good, honestly, for me squaring it with these right here. I feel pretty good about this too. Yeah, pretty excited about the mini bike build. I had to use my brain. So if I did this here, my instant center was 3.5. So then I just went over here, put the 3.5 on the center, which is that motor, that oil drain right there, and then brought it over here, and it's not quite lined up, so if I went over, it was like 1/4 inch. That got me. So then I just did the math, and this is center, and so that was 1/4 inch over. This is center, and that's 1/4 inch over, so that should move the plate over 1/4 inch, which gets the chain in line with the sprocket. Get the motor plate where it needs to be, and one more thing done on the mini bike project. This actually has to be kind of right, because the chain will be messed up if not. So I had a couple of these that I wasn't using. So I cut them down, and this is gonna be my seat. There's 4 pieces here, and I've been working on fish mouth and that, and I'm just gonna like put it here with the seat back here. And roughly, I just kind of went as wide as that, so it didn't look like unproportioned. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Nerf bar seat. I got my little seat tube all mounted on there. Kind of a pain in the ass because I had so many cuts, and it wasn't exactly square, but it's not bad. And kind of went with the angle of this on that too, or tried to, and thought about bracing it or something, but it looks ridiculous like that, so I think I'm gonna keep it starting to look like something. I took the forks off, I cut them down, and put my little inserts in there so that I could thread the heims in, throw the motor in, and double, triple check a couple things. Yeah. Low is good. So originally, I planned on making like a little dirt bike, pit bike, mini bike, and then I didn't use any measurements or anything. I bent that tube and I bent that tube around the motor and just started with that, and this is what I've come up with. So, oh well, this is where we're at. It's kind of a slammed mini bike is what I'm going with. Working on the pegs. I just cut these two just alike. All right, so here's all the parts I made. My forks. Got these on. They're not as straight as I want, but I assume they're the first thing to get bent when you crash because they're sticking out all the way. And it's a mini bike. Anyways, gonna start welding stuff up. So, yeah. I feel pretty good about this, you know, like, other than I bought that, I just, you know, this is all just scrap metal I put together. Oh, I just got this all welded up, and it's been a while since I welded, but you can see it's not terrible. These, I just kind of sweated those on because they're not coming off. And once you put paint on it, it doesn't even matter that the stuff doesn't look that great anyways, so on to the frame. Woo! That is hot. My torch is hot, my gloves are hot, and everything is hot. So I'm going to take a little break. I almost got it all welded up. And the welds are really looking good for a race car driver. But I got just a little bit left there. And then on these ends to do. So almost wrapped up on the majority of the frame stuff. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna put it together and kind of assemble it, make sure I like everything before I take it apart, paint it and stuff. And I still got some cleaning up. I'm gonna hack those shorter. I might even gusset that. I kind of ran out of some tubing. Originally I was gonna run tubing along here and then bend it in and do something, and then I just kind of realized this was gonna be a lot lower, so I moved the pegs up, and they might be temporary, I don't know.
Thanks for watching TmezTv Garage. In the next episode, we get this thing built and take it for a spin.